Hey guys, how are you today? Welcome to Chef Wu Can's kitchen. Today I'm going to introduce you to a rice dish that if you have been to a dim sum place, you probably tried it. Sticky rice. It's pretty famous and it's very delicious, and sometimes it's wrapped in lotus leaves. But today we're just going to basically make the rice without the lotus leaves, and we're going to include Chinese sausage and some shiitake mushrooms and some dried shrimp. Okay, basically the Chinese sausage is this brand, and this is a very popular brand because you can get it any place. As far as Wegmans is concerned, they may not have it, but you'll definitely get it in the Asian market. It's a combination of pork. It comes in chicken, liver, beef, but we prefer the pork because we feel it's a little sweeter. It's been seasoned. It's like a Chinese sausage, so obviously it's made fresh and it's dried. So there's a lot of flavor involved. And so I'm using about 3 or 4 because my daughter loves it. The shiitake mushrooms, these are shiitake mushrooms that they usually grow on tree bark, and they're very expensive. They grow a lot of it, so they have to season it with salt and preserve it. So basically I added water, let it sit for like half an hour, and it got its softness back. The other part of it is baby shrimp. These have been seasoned to be dried. And so obviously when you dry it, you can save it forever. So it's highly salted. So that salt with the brine flavor, it might be a little hard to get used to, but you know what? When you blend it in with the sticky rice, it's just beautiful. Okay. Today we'll add a little onion. Onion is always good. Gives it a little sweetness. The soy sauce that I'm going to use, it's only 2 ingredients: soy sauce, and we'll add a little color, so we'll use the dark soy sauce. And we have the sticky rice here. The sticky rice comes in a package, small package. You don't need a big one. Basically, you take 1 cup. It's good for like a family of 4. And, or 2 cups would be good for a family of 4. Add 1 cup of water. Let it soak for like 40 minutes minimum to overnight. All right, it has to absorb the moisture. This is unusual for rice, but for sticky rice, we prefer that. Then stick it in the rice cooker and press it. And in a moment's time, you'll get nice sticky rice for this dish. So all we're basically going to do is cook the filling, the ingredients in the wok. Then we'll add it to the sticky rice. Then we'll add the soy sauce and the dark soy sauce. And that's it. Very easy. So Chef Wu only wants to introduce to you easy, simple recipes. Okay? And it's a different flair from jasmine rice that I've been using a lot in my other videos, and rice noodles. This is a little change of pace. And definitely it will make you feel full. All right? And you're not having it every day too. So once in a while is okay. All right? So just bear with me. I'm going to prepare for the cutting of the ingredients. So just bear with me. Okay, so basically the Chinese sausage comes whole. So basically I took a sharp knife, and remember, always use a sharp knife. You may think that having a sharp knife, you'll cut yourself easier, but not so. You'll cut yourself easier with a blunt knife. So basically you're cutting the sausage in half, and then you're cutting it in quarters. So I already cut it already, and it's in quarters. All right. This one I'll cut in quarters here. Now the knife that I'm using is a Santoku, and it's from Pampered Chef. And I have to say that the knife is very, very good, very sharp, very sturdy. So if you're looking to purchase additional cutlery in your kitchen, go to pamperedchef.com/PWS/SWOO and put an order in. They're great. It's not flimsy, it's not cheap, it's solid. All right, so here is the sausage, and I'm going to cut it. So remember, lean the knife against your knuckle away from your fingers and just cut. You have to hold the ingredients steady. You don't want it wandering all over the place. In terms of size, it's really up to you. I like to have nice pieces where, you can actually see it and taste it, and have a nice bite out of it. So as I said before, it's the preparation that takes a lot of time. So you spend the time with the preparation, it makes cooking a whole lot easier. They're all uniform in size. So, you don't have to worry about one big piece cooking a little bit slower than one small piece which cooks faster. Here are the mushrooms. So we'll cut the stem off. Got to be a little careful. The stem is a little tougher. So I heard that the shopping for the holidays is a little crazy out there. So aren't you glad you're here watching Chef Blue prepare a nice meal for you? So I cut it in half, as many slices as I can, then I'll turn it on the other side, and then cut it again. So you cut once, twice, 3 times, 4, and turn it around. And cut it. These shitake mushrooms, when you buy them dried, it may not look so nice, but once you reconstitute it with water and you cook it, it has a very distinct flavor. And obviously, the more flavor something is, the more expensive it can be. So make sure that, if you're a mushroom lover and you appreciate it, it's well worth it. But if you're not, you'll be stuck with a whole bag of dried mushrooms and not know what to do with it. It'll never rot because it's dried. Right? So we'll put it here separately. Now the shrimp. You have to have an appreciation of salted shrimp. I'm cutting it up into small pieces. I want it to make every part of the rice have a little bit of shrimp in it. It does add tremendous flavor, but you just have to be used. If you like salty and you like shrimp brine, then this is for you. But some people, you have to acquire a taste, which is understandable. But I always encourage, try it. You may like it. You never know. And then the onion. If you have leftover onions, it's always good to use your leftover onions. Everybody has their own way of cutting it. I just want to make sure it's kind of like uniform in shape. Okay. So we have the Chinese sausage here, the shrimp, the mushroom, and the onions. And the only sauces you need, soy sauce and a little dark soy sauce to give it some color. All right. This is my trusty old wok. Now, you may ask why the wok looks dirty, but it's really not dirty. As a matter of fact, it's really seasoned, which means that anything you cook on this wok will have a non-stick surface, so your food won't stick to it. And that's after many, many times cooking with the wok and not using detergent. It's sort of like a cast iron skillet. You know, you have to season it with a little oil, add a little heat to it, you know. And basically, after a while, you're going to have a surface that's natural and there's no artificial coating involved. So, you know, if anything, it's very healthy for you. The other pans that are non-stick with the non-stick surface, you know, as you use it, it does wear down, and you know, the chemicals they use you don't really know. So I would say that if you use a non-stick pan, make sure you use it on medium. If you use a non-stick pan on high, basically it may wear faster. All right. With the high carbon steel wok, you don't have to really worry about that. Because it's basically designed for high stir frying. All right, so we'll add a little oil. Don't be intimidated by the smoke. Now we'll add the Chinese sausage. Now we'll add some onions. We'll add a little bit of the shrimp. And then we'll add the mushrooms. Basically, flipping. You can sort of appreciate the aroma if you were here, but it's the Chinese sausage, the combination of the shrimp, the shiitake mushrooms, and you always stir fry. Always. Never let it sit any long period of time, because then it will burn. You want an even coating of heat all over your ingredients. I'll keep on stir frying until I realize that the onions are a little bit translucent and it's ready. Then I'll pour the sticky rice into the pot. I'll mix it up, add a little soy sauce, add a little dark soy sauce, and that's it. Easy. I want to make your experience with Chinese cooking fun, all right? If you don't like the shrimp, you don't have to add the shrimp. If you just want the Chinese sausage, fine. But if you don't like the Chinese sausage, you have chicken, fine, that's even better. You know, you can interchange everything, all right? I'm just giving you a guide. This is the traditional way of making the sticky rice. Okay, now I'm going to add the sticky rice. Break it up. The oil that's here is going to help it break it up a little bit. Always stir. It's the same process when you make lo mein also. It's constantly stirring. You want to get all those ingredients into the rice as well as into the noodles. So we'll add the soy sauce. I use about 2 tablespoons. But if you love soy sauce, you can use a little bit more. Okay. Now I'll add a little dark soy sauce to give it some color. Notice all the ingredients are being incorporated into the rice. Slowly but surely. Always mix it. And you know, like when you focus on cooking, whether it's Chinese, Italian, whatever you cook, you know, you're focused on making the ingredient. And you know, in a way, it's kind of less stressful. It's more relaxing because you're focused, you know. You're thinking about the dish itself, how it's going to turn out, how it's going to taste. So that takes a lot of pressure off of you in terms of stress. And God knows, you know, we have enough stress by ourselves, right? So here it is. This is all it is. Done. Shut it off. All right. Let's sit here for a second. Okay. So part of my demonstrations are always to add a little bit of tasting the product. Okay. So we'll take a little bit. It's very sticky. All right, it's going to stick to your ribs, but I take my chopsticks, take a little piece off. Excellent. A different texture. Excellent. So I just want to say to you that this is delicious. So on a cold day, which this Wednesday may be snowing, we may get 8 to 10 inches of snow. You're not doing anything. You could just drop by Wegmans, get a bag of sticky rice, glutinous rice, small bag, right? It'll stay forever. Do the same thing. Add 1 cup of glutinous rice to 1 cup of water. Wash it once. Put it in the rice cooker. Press the button if you have one. Or watch it over the stove until all that water evaporates. And once it evaporates on the stove, cover it and low simmer for about a half an hour. But on the rice cooker, you just press the button and it will automatically shut off when it's done. Then if you get a chance, go to an Asian grocery store. Pick up this Chinese sausage. This is made in Canada. This is the best. You're going to see an influx of Chinese sausage from all over the world, Vietnam, but I haven't tasted them. I don't want to take a risk with it. I usually stay with something that I like. If you get a small package of shitake mushrooms, that always helps in your pantry. That will never spoil as long as it's dry. And the dried shrimp, you may want to try it, but it's a different flavor. But when it's mixed in with the glutinous rice for the sticky rice, dish. You really can't tell, but by itself it might be a little bit more pungent, but it adds flavor, right? And the soy sauce again, I like this. And Lee Gum gave the dark soy sauce for coloring. Notice I didn't use a slurry sauce. I just used my hands, the wok, mix it all up together. Cook the ingredients first. When the rice is done, then pour the rice inside, mesh it together, then add the soy sauce depending on what consistency you like, whether you like it very salty or not. Then add a little dark soy sauce to give it a little color, and you're done. This was done about maybe 5 minutes, not even, to prepare. The actual cooking, less than 2 minutes. So I just cooked this meal and it's delicious. Now, this may be enough for a family of 4, but if you don't think it's enough, you may want to double it. So it'll be 2 cups of glutinous rice to 2 cups of water, and this will double in size. You could add chicken, you could add beef, you could add scallops, shrimp, fresh shrimp, pork, leftover pork chop meat, anything. It gets all incorporated together. And this will make you feel very full and content, and you and the family can sit down and watch a movie together. That's how relaxing this will make you feel, right? And use the chopsticks, right? The chopsticks is sort of like a portion control. A little bit, rather than the fork and just putting a whole bunch of rice in your mouth and just trying to chew it. This is dainty in terms of small pieces at a time, digest a little bit better, right? So I say give this dish a try. Again, if you like what you see, and I'm learning about giving quantities. I know that maybe the shrimp toast recipe, I didn't really say in terms of how much shrimp, but I say equal amounts of shrimp to tilapia. So if you choose like a size 13 to 15 shrimp, that means that there's 13 to 15 to a pound. So I say a pound of shrimp versus a pound of tilapia, which is like one long piece. And then you just combine them together. So I'll be a little bit more conscientious when I give you a description of the dish in terms of the ingredients and how much you should use. So I hope you enjoy it. Please subscribe to look for more good recipes from Chef Wu Can, and please give me a thumbs up. I always appreciate it very much. So I want you to take it easy going shopping if you still have last minute shopping for the holidays. Drive safely. We're expecting a storm on Wednesday. We're expecting 8 to 10 inches of snow. But I hope in other parts of the country it's a little bit safer. But if anything, if you don't come back, I just want to wish you a very happy holiday. And 2021 will be a better year. Okay? So thank you very much. Go to my website, read about my blog, my restaurant critic, www.chefwucan.com. So I'm a pretty good advocate of trying to let the public know what restaurants are really good. Obviously they're hurting, and so they're trying to cut corners. But if you know of a restaurant that you'd like me to go to in the Maryland area, let me know. I'll go. I'll be a vlogger. I'll have my videotape, and I'll highlight their famous dishes. Okay? So just go to me at www.chefwucan.com. I appreciate it. And if you're looking for a dessert to buy for the holidays, consider peanut brittle. Chef Wu Can Gourmet Peanut Brittle. I offer various flavors that are unconventional for a typical peanut brittle, but I tried it. It's not bad. It's very good, as a matter of fact. So go to www.chefwupeanutbrittle.etsy.com. I'm having a special up to the holidays. Buy one box, get one free. Choose the first box of your choice of flavor. Second box, choose one of the optional flavors, and you get free shipping, priority mail. Now, Priority mail is having a little problems these days. You know, everybody's mailing things, so it might be a little delayed, but you're missing something if you don't take advantage of it, right? 2 boxes for $25 and free shipping, and the second box is free. All right, so thank you very much. Come again, please subscribe. I'll be having other dishes, traditional dishes, as well as American Chinese dishes, and on how to make these dishes by Chef Wu Ken. All right, thank you very much. Have a great day, and stay safe. Bye-bye.